Sorry, I had my mouth full there. Follow up on this Chevy. I need a Pop-Tart. I haven't had a Pop-Tart since I was like 10. This tastes exactly like I remember. Alright, let's see here. Let's have a look, make sure this looks correct. Ooh. Looks good on that side, remember that side? Looks right on this side. Should have all of our fuses in there as well. Good, because we can refill our fuse supply. She comes locked and loaded, boys. Alright, let's have a look at this one, see if it looks similar. It's going to go this way. I'm going to take a little gander down here at the fuse configuration. See if that looks right. So far, so good. We have an extra fuse here where this one does not have it, so we'll have to check into that. We have an extra relay as well. We have several extra relays here. Let's see, fuse wise though, let me just continue through the fuses. Have a whole bunch of fuses here that are not in this block. Other than that, everything else looks good. So let's just see what these fuses are. See if we're gonna need our glasses for this little bit. Oh, what are we dealing with here? Let's see, let's figure out how this thing goes. I'm thinking it goes like this, right? Looks good. So fuse or relay 6062. Upfitter, upfitter. Okay, so these are upfitter relays, so we don't have to worry about those. We'll leave them alone. And then I imagine the fuses above it, 23, 27 are probably their fuses. 23 upfitter, 27 upfitter, 32 upfitter. Okay, so a bunch of upfitter stuff. Let's check these other fuses that are there. 22 and 30. We just want to make sure. Upfitter and number 30 upfitter. Okay. So that's good. And then we have this one extra relay here, which is number 61. And that is upfitter relay as well. Let me turn off the machine. Okay, is that all we saw? So it doesn't sound like too big a deal. They've just added some of the upfitter relays. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fuses. Technically, we could yank them out. I don't think they're going to cause any problems. I do see some extra pins in place where we don't have pins. Like this fuse box is missing all of the pins and everything for the upfitter portion of it. It's likely missing all of the tabs in the connectors as well. But now that we see that, we're just going to keep on keeping on. We're not even going to worry about it. We're not going to pull the fuses out unless it causes some sort of issue. All right, we do need to unhook something here. The battery. Why can't I see? I've got my glasses on and everything. Okay, there's that. Let's see what we need to do to unhook the battery cable coming into it. Probably should get my step. My finger's too fat to get in there. Alright, let me get a little screwdriver and a step. Which way does that gotta go? That's gotta get pushed in. Let's see. There's that side. Okay, I think we can get this side now. There we are. Huzzah. Alright. Technically, we probably should unhook the battery. We don't do unhook the battery so we don't make any sparks. Oh, it's probably fused. Let's be honest. Let's go to Honest Town. Let's set it somewhere where it's not going to cause any problems. If you don't want any problems, put on the glove. Okay? That's all I'm gonna tell you. It's not guaranteed, but 99% of the time, every time, probably help you. Let's see, there we go. Ta-da! There's that one. We want to give this just a little tiny spritz of the anti-corrosive action. I don't know why I turned my light off. Get a little bit of that junk out of there. It was just this pin. Just that pin right around there. Need to get some more of this. Running out. Some Deoxit D5, not a sponsor, improves electrical connections by removing oxidation. Improves connections, seals, and protects. Not a sponsor. It is my favorite stuff, though. Speaking of my favorite stuff, boom, boom, here she comes.
Ken's here, and he's got a package for you, but it's got some damage, and he wanted to see if you want to look at it.
Son of a gun, I don't have this problem with the FedEx guy.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Let me go see my favorite UPS guy. Whew. No damage, just the outside of the box busted up. Of my new Altel Ultra S2. I'm so freaking pumped. I've been waiting for this thing to show up for a whole week. I can't wait to start using it. The Ultra has been hands down my most favorite scan tool, and it's time to upgrade. I've had that since, I want to say before the Rona. I think I've had that one like 7 years, the Altel Ultra. And you know, we use that thing every single day, except days I'm not here, day in and day out. So I'm pumped, man. I can't wait to use that S2. All right, let's get this thing off here. All right, here we go. It doesn't fit. I'm kidding. And seeing smoke, so that's good. Lift this side back up. Take off the glove. Hook that on there. Hook this on here. And if we're right, this is the simple, easy fix to fix your taillights when your brake light always stays in. I'm gonna grab the torque wrench. Come back and torque this bolt here to factory specs. We're just going to put the cover on it temporarily. Come on, you ding dong. So we'll stick that on there temporarily. We'll click this down because what we want to do is we want to go look real quick like a bunny and see, did we fix the problem or did we just cost this customer a whole bunch of money from an improper diagnosis? Let's do it live and uncut. Chevy marker lights. Oh, I don't see a bright light on back here, so that's good. There's a dim one, there's some platies, and there's a dim light, just like it's supposed to be. Let's make sure we got some signals, where before we had no signals if the light was on. If the marker light was on. So there's that one. There's that one, just in case you didn't believe me. So easy peasy, just need a new fuse box, you know, because why not? I'm sure we generated a whole bunch of codes. And then we played the game of pluck the fuse, put them in the bag. I mean, some of these fuses are kind of spendy. Well, actually all these fuses are. I think these things are a couple dollars a piece now for a good quality fuse. So we always do this, especially like these little micro J cases and stuff. All this stuff, these things are silly. But what we do is we fill up our Chevy bag. We got our Chevy bag, we got our Dodge bag. Because when we used to do tip-ems, same thing, you know, you get these things in, we just strip them. Strip them like a tip them, that's what I say. Hopefully we didn't need to reference any fuse positions on here. Green, crusty. Green and crusty. Green and crusty. So is this a top to the bottom problem or a bottom to the top? Makes you wonder, was our stray current coming from, you know, the power feed to that relay, something like that? We may never know. Oh, that's funny, these fuses down here are all green and crusty as well. Well, another one for the trash can. Contact. Yeah, 49,136. That's how many miles are on her. Just do a fault scan here. Okay, no immediate electrical problems. One code here in the radio, which I think was in there before. Let's just see. Control low voltage history code, not current, it says. Why didn't that? That's kind of weird. Well, I'll take her for a little rip there. It does sound a little low when it cranks. Maybe he's got a battery issue going on over there or whatever, but I'll double check that, make sure the radio works, retains power, you know, make sure there's not some, you know, missing fuse or something that we overlooked. So that's it, folks. It's confirmed taillight works. Everything else seems to work. I'll take her for a little rip there and make sure it's all good in the neighborhood. And see if we can get another 49,000 out of her before she dies again. That'll be great. Hopefully this one doesn't turn green and crusty. Is what it is. You guys probably remember back in, you know, in the 80s and 90s and, you know, all through the years there, you know, before 2000, changing all the fuse boxes in the cars. Yeah, me neither. But anyhow, this is where we're at. You know, Nissan smart junction boxes or intelligent fuse boxes, and the Ford with the smart junction box, and these things, and Chryslers with the tip-ems. I mean, they're all, you know, intelligent fuse boxes now. And this is the norm. You know, we changed several fuse boxes, and that's just how it is. Some of them are built into the harness, and that's when it becomes a real pisser. Like the Fords that got the one up here in the corner that's, you know, part of the harness, or the Jeeps that we do that they mount them down in front of the front wheel and it rots them out. Imagine that. It's part of the harness, you know. So some of them, it's a big deal. Ones like this, I mean, that's gravy. You know, GM made that one like super easy to change. Not a huge fan of how it just, you know, goes in there and just clunks in, because, you know, this time it worked perfect, but it's inevitable. We get these things in and somebody's had their fingers in there and everything's broke. So you try to take it out and all the connectors pop up. They're not laying where they're supposed to. Makes it a little bit more difficult. If I had my preference, I would have a style that you could loosen up, had enough cable to turn over and unplug each individual plug, kind of like that of a tip-em or a front control module, you know, on an older Chrysler. Those are the ones that I like. But I see this from an assembly point, you know, I mean, you know, you can just slam these things together, you know, every half a second coming down the line, just boom, boom, slamming them in, and, you know, out the door you go. So I do see it from that perspective. And that's it. So, all right, well, follow up. Now you guys trust me. The light works. The guy's going to be happy, and only send him back a few $100-ish. Insta Facebook. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.